Okay, you're live,
Sweet, I'm live. Hi.
and I'm live. Oh, all right,
Yay.
yeah. Oh, shoot, I don't have my selfie cam up.
Oh no.
Yeah, this makes a
How are you
significant
live
difference.
then?
There we go.
What is living without a selfie cam? Why do I not have any feed yet?
You don't have
Are
any
you
feed?
are you just taking your sweet pippin time to actually pop up on YouTube? Um, if you are if you're hearing me say this now, just assume that I am speaking for the future and I don't know what's going on. Because according to my screen, we are still at the like holding screen.
Really? No, no, no.
Yeah,
We're live. We're live. We're on.
what is happening right now? I'm sorry, guys. I'm lying to you, and I'm speaking from the past. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Hey,
Okay, so we're live. So
hi
let's say hello.
again.
So I'm
I am
Sandy.
here for real this time.
We're a little amped up today. Okay, so let's introduce ourselves.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Sandy, and this is WordStitch.
This is WordStitch.
Welcome. We are here to do virtual writing, write-ins with anybody who wants to do it.
Yes.
And it's Camp Nano still, so we're still camping.
Yes.
If you're not familiar with NaNoWriMo, that's of course the National Novel Writing Month, and you should look it up because it's a great motivational tool. But so Chloe, what are you
If you're
working on
doing
today?
write-ins, then you need to be doing
You
NaNoWriMo. Like
totally
that's
need to be doing
crazy. Like
Nano.
NaNoWriMo is absolutely what you need in life if you're already needing write-ins to like get your stuff together. And my cat is currently sitting in my coffee. This is great. Hi.
Who needs caffeine?
Oh
Um,
my God.
That's funny. So we're gonna get started in like a minute here with the very first
Oh,
sprint, and
oh God, I'm so not ready. It's okay. I'll
it's
get there.
okay.
This is
It's okay.
normal. If this is your first time watching anything from us, just assume that I have no idea what I'm going on for the first
Don't,
5 minutes.
don't assume
And
that.
then for like the next 10 minutes,
Motion detected at the front door.
um, we're kind of a mess, but that's
Oh,
okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm
are
I'm
we
I'm good
ready? Are
to
we
go
ready?
now.
Okay.
It's
So
actually only 4:04 though. So what we're about to do is our first word sprint. We are going to run for 10 minutes. Apparently those like 3 sips of coffee I had really worked. But yeah, so you're just gonna write as much as you can or edit if you're editing right now.
mhm.
And the next 10 minutes, and then we'll come back for a little break and we'll just keep doing this. We'll have longer runs after this one. This is just a warm up.
And we'll
So
explain
I
what we're
have
doing.
10 minutes on the clock that has replaced my face. And we are starting now.
Yeah, and there is a daily challenge here. So 15% of your daily goal. All right, everybody, go. Okay, we're back.
Excellent.
Are we collected now? I think that's part of why we do that 10 minutes, right? To sort of like get started.
Yeah.
No, like to focus a little bit. I don't know. Sometimes when I meet with writers, like locally, who've never done write-ins before, they're like confused by why we would ever start off with like 10 minutes. Like, why not just go straight for, 45 or something, or go into like an hour thing or something. Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, if I've already been writing all day, then yeah, that sounds great. Going right into those long ones.
Mm-hmm.
But like I have no idea where I am when I first start writing usually. So that first 10 minutes is just figuring that out, because like I'll be rough there, but then I'll know for like I'll get the gears going. And I feel like if I tried to sit there and do like a half hour right off the bat, it would just be a whole struggle bus.
It'd be like inefficient, right? Like, because you'd spend that entire half an hour trying to figure out what you were doing without like a reset. So so we do the 10 minutes for the reset if you're watching, and you haven't been here before. But okay, so we said we were going to talk about reader magnets this week, right?
Oh yeah, but also like we haven't even talked about how we're doing this week.
You're right, we haven't. We need to do this in order.
To get myself centered and just allow all the little scooching to happen.
Okay.
I don't know why I don't just move my camera. That would make more sense than this like ridiculous scoot. It's okay. How are you doing?
Abysmal. It's horrible. It's horrible because I have spent so much time this month on other writing projects. Like in particular, last week I narrated my entire first romance novel myself in my walk-in closet, and then like produced it. And that was like a lot of time. So like those projects take a while, and I didn't want to wait because the book just came out, so I don't want it to be like a significant delay. And every time there's a family thing. So my editing is awful, and that's a big problem because I have a lot to get done, and we're halfway through the month. What about you?
Also, it's an issue for time management in general. Like it's one thing to say, well, I am doing other stuff, but I feel like you can get yourself into a really nasty habit of never finishing anything if you constantly say, well, it's okay that I'm not working on this because I'm working on this other thing. And I feel like a lot of people get themselves in a trap, but I'm not necessarily saying you. Don't think I'm calling you out, but that is an issue that a lot of people have with time management.
Yeah.
You hear all these stories of people who are like, yeah, I've got 55 projects. I haven't published a single one of them.
Oh, yeah. No, that's no good.
And I think that's it, is you can so easily sell yourself on, oh, it's okay that I'm not working on my primary project because I was doing all this other stuff.
Okay.
No, you got to be able to set yourself up that like hour a day or whatever you need, even if it's 15 minutes. To just get a little bit of that primary project going every day.
So I should probably say then that like last week on Friday, I published a book, like I launched it. So there was like a whole thing going on there that was related to finishing a thing. But yes, I agree with you. I think it is very easy as a writer to be like, oh, I've got like this project, and I'm writing a sci-fi, and I'm also writing a romance, and like one of my friends just started writing a short story. I think I want to try that, and there's this contest coming up, and I think I want to try that too. And like, oh yeah, like there's this old project, and I like maybe I should get back to it because I haven't thought about it in a long time. Yeah, big problem.
Yeah. So now I'm forcing myself to get 1,500, which is not my daily goal. My daily goal is slightly less than that, but right now I'm forcing myself to do 1,500 every day before I do anything else.
Before you do anything else?
Yeah. Which this is also always how I've been with time management, that like if I do have a goal, I always make sure that I try to get it done first, because if I don't, I will never do it, because that is who I am. I know if I wait to get stuff done, then they're not going to get done. It's like at work, I deal with special orders all day, and like if I only have like 4 of them, I will still do them the very first thing just to have them done.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I mean, like when I think about it, I really felt like I needed to get that audio thing done. So that was the first thing I did every morning last week was record stuff. But now that means that my Nano project is behind.
Yeah.
So,
but also, what else do you have going on this month?
Other than Nano, is this a trick question?
By the way, sometimes cats just throw themselves at me.
I do have that whole book funnel promotion, which has been like a big thing.
But that's done now too.
That is now done.
You've got your like exit thing, and you're going to do some number crunching, but none of those are time sensitive.
Yes, you're right. I need to send an email, but that's really easy. So like, for me, my big projects ended today. Well, Friday, really. So now I should theoretically have more time to get my stuff done, which is good because I'm editing, and editing is hard work and like way harder for me than the initial words, even though I like it more. So
is it? I will ask. We're just gonna have a chit chat session for now, I guess, and that's okay. Now, editing is hard for you with the current project. Do you find it also hard when you do write linear, or is it just when you've got jumble salad happening?
Yeah. Okay. Admittedly, I have some jumble salad right this second that I'm working out. And so yes, that is harder. But
again, I was not calling you out. I was just curious if you always find editing difficult or if it's just
yeah, so we were going to talk about reader magnets. My reader magnet that I wrote this year, which I wrote in like 2 weeks. Like literally, I think I wrote the entire thing in week 1. I edited the entire thing in week 2. I had it like published by like the end of the month. And that was only 25,000 words, so like way easier than the 120,000 thing that I'm working on right now. But I wrote it linearly and with a beat sheet. And so, yeah, absolutely that was easier to edit because there was not, like, there weren't like continuity issues. There was like a lot less going on. But I think it's very hard to write. I think when you're doing anything more complex than that, if you're following more than one character, if they have like, intersecting plot lines, it becomes really hard. And the editing, like I seriously love the editing, but it is a way more mentally consuming process.
And that's why I asked, because I hear a lot of people complain about how terrible editing is. I love editing. I love knowing that technically the story is already done. I pretty much know everything about the story now. Most of my editing is just going back and like, the character development that happened as I was writing. And now I'm like, oh, this is an aspect of the character that I need to include earlier. I could be doing that editing 800 passes of it. But I'm just always much happier doing the editing, even if it does get a little bit trickier. Although I don't think there's ever a time where I've considered the editing portion to be more difficult than the writing.
And you are writing right now, right? So in our last minute, I'm assuming you're like now. You're probably totally ahead of the game, aren't you? Are you like thousands of words ahead?
Only a day ahead right now.
Only a day ahead. Everybody else is like totally behind, and you're like,
keep in mind during regular Nano, I do like 75,000.
Yes.
Right now, my goal is 40,000, and like I started today at the halfway point.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm not going to hit 50,000 on this, especially now because I have a vacation that got planned at the last second at the end of the month. Ooh. So hopefully I'll be able to get some writing done, but I don't even know about that. Yeah. So I'm also kind of now crunching a bit more to get just enough done so that when I go out of town I'll be okay.
Well, you can get some done here. Yeah. So we gotta get started on the writing. So this is another 25-minute session, and let's see what's our goal for this one. 30% of your daily goal. So, everybody get ready to get writing, and this is a challenge one. 30% is a pretty heavy amount. So good luck.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. Okay.
Bless you.
That was your cue. Go ahead and start.
Okay. Well, again, you're back. And presumably
Yay.
I'm coming back. Ah, there we go. Okay. Whew. All right. How'd you do?
That's a good question. The first one I got 255, so this one I got, oh gosh, I didn't prepare for math. I don't know why. We always do math here, but let me see minus 255. I only did 561, which hit your goal for me. But I would like to be a little bit faster on a 25. I'm writing a sex scene, so I'm not gonna bitch.
Wait. The sex scenes are supposed to be the easiest to write, right?
I mean, are they?
Depends on the sex scene, I suppose.
I enjoy writing them, but I feel like I certainly, like, I'm not struggling to write it, but I am being delicate of my words.
This is good. Yeah,
It's also coming from his perspective. That might make a difference.
Well,
I don't know. I never really thought to pace clock myself on that.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, you got those 500 words, right? So did you already hit your daily goal?
No. I just got home.
Oh, okay.
I worked today.
And I have no idea where I am in my pages because I'm working with a scene in Scrivener, which doesn't do a very good job with pages, but it's better for fixing that jumble salad thing. But
yeah,
but
Scrivener doesn't really mesh well with the nano do you thing that happens during camp.
It doesn't. I've got to convert back to like Word to tell, but whatever. I still like Scrivener. Yeah. But okay, so we had a topic for today, right? Like we had a thing we were going to talk about.
We did.
Yes.
We can now talk about our topic.
Okay, let's talk about our topic. Why don't you kick us off? See how I did that.
So our topic today is reader magnets. And the reason that we're discussing reader magnets is we're both in the middle of doing them now. And Sandy just hosted her first group promo. Today was the last day for it. Mm-hmm. So Sandy has now seen group promos from both being a, what's the right word, participant?
Yeah.
And also the host of it, which is still a participant. So I'm going to let her handle that part of the discussion.
But we should back
really
up.
Quickly,
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to explain why we do things. I didn't really need to do that. I had to give some sort of an explanation for why we're talking about this today. It's okay.
Explain what a reader magnet is, because I think a lot of people don't know.
That's exactly what I was about to do. I just messed it up.
You're fine.
So a reader magnet. I guess with reader magnets, you need to go back to newsletters. And the fact that for self-published authors, except the fact that I pronounced published all funky, whatever. For self-published authors, the newsletter is supposedly the holy grail of how you become a successful self-published author. The theory is that you build a newsletter with enough people in it who are actually interested in what you're doing, and they're not just unsubscribing, that when you put out a new release, they are going to jump right on it, and you're automatically going to have that super fan. You're going to get that money right off the bat. You're going to get all of your reviews right off the bat, and then that pushes you up into the amazing world of top sellers on Amazon.
Yeah. I think we should even go back from that, because honestly, if I'd have been thinking about this 6 months ago, I wouldn't have understood what the point of a newsletter is. I've been what? Your newsletter what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now that we were both in the same situation, and there's still kind of a part of me. You know what? I get it now. Everybody I read has already either been through this or they're traditionally published. Mm-hmm. I'm the person that jumps on at the end after the newsletter, the purpose of the newsletter has already run its course. So newsletter is absolutely, you're starting at zero.
Yeah, but you're also, when people say author platform, right? This is like this mysterious
That's a
word,
horrifying
author
term that if you
platform.
Google it, nobody has a
No,
definition for.
nobody
This
does.
is all it is.
But this is, yeah, this is a definition. Your author platform is your list of emails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your list of hopefully thousands of emails of readers who want
533.
533 readers who wanna read your stuff and are
Yeah.
willing to get your newsletter every month or 2 weeks or however long often you're going to give it to them, and that's it. That's the platform. It's your ability to reach out to specific readers and give them news about your books.
And so the thing with the newsletter is, I mean, if you had any experience, as we all have, with building any sort of a social media account from zero, if your friends are not the primary subscribers to whatever your social media is, it's almost impossible to build that social media unless you've got something amazing going on with it. The newsletter is the same thing, except that there's never going to be anything amazing with it that's just going to automatically draw people in. The only thing that's going to get people onto your newsletter is if they already see your stuff. If your stuff isn't being advertised, nobody's going to see it to get on your newsletter. It's a catch-22, and that is where reader magnets come into play. A reader magnet is a freebie that you get out specifically to entice people to join your newsletter. It is normally a short story. It can also be an excerpt from a larger piece, but from what I've seen, especially if you're doing a group promo, which we'll talk about at the next break. But most likely for your reader magnet, it needs to be that short story and not that excerpt. That excerpt is going to be for very specific situations. So you're aiming at, how long was yours, Sandy? Because I know mine is crazy long.
Yeah, yours was crazy long. Mine was like 25,000 words. It was a novella.
Yeah, and like the one that I read the other day was, I feel like it was only 10,000. So these don't have to be long. They're little short stories. But you basically, you write this, it's normally not going to be like your best work at all. At the reader magnet stage, you're kind of bottom of the barrel, just begging people to join the list. You're not getting good newsletter subscribers. You're just hoping that a couple of the people you get are going to be in it for the long haul. Yeah, so that's basically, I took a really long way to say that a reader magnet is a short sample of your work that you use to entice readers into getting interested in your stuff and joining your newsletter.
Oh, that last part was very clear, I think.
It wasn't very clear. It was just, I felt like everything that I said needed to be defined before I said that.
Yes. This is something, yeah. But okay, so we debated about whether or not we should talk about this on WordStitch, because of course normally we're about writing and editing and just getting a story finished, but we think that most people that write would like to be published, and almost everybody who wants to be published is told they need a platform, and building a platform is like so mysterious and complicated. So like you'll hear
again, based on that fact that like if you Google what is an author platform, there's not even an answer out there.
There's not.
You get into like craziness about like having a theme for your blog and stuff like that, and that's literally nothing to do with that phrase.
Yeah, because your blog readers don't necessarily read your books, so your platform has to be people who read your books. But okay, we got to finish our books first. So we are at our word sprint. This is our 30-minute 1K. So if you're with us, we challenge you to write 1,000 words if you're writing, or if you're editing. Again, there will be like a little percentage goal, and then we'll talk about how to get these reader magnets out at the next break.
Yes. Okay. But the more important thing is write for the next 30 minutes, and we'll see you at 1/2 the hour.
Okay, and we are back.
Woo!
Yeah, that is it. I hope everybody got in a lot of words there. I actually am like really caught up in a scene in a really good way.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna come together. This is this like little mix of stuff. What about you?
No.
No.
Um, you know, those moments where like you need your characters to discuss something and their conversations just are not going where they need to go.
Yes.
I'm having that issue. And I feel like that's always a problem for me, but it's an even bigger problem when those characters are having sex.
Yeah.
Because then, you have to throw in all of those distractions to make it sexy. And by distractions, I mean like thrusting and orgasms and stuff. But in the meantime, like he's trying to tell her something important, and she keeps interrupting him.
Well, he shouldn't be trying to tell her something important. Well, he's thrusting and she's.
I mean, men are dumb, and I feel like I need to portray that accurately in my novels.
I support your.
That is a lesbian's firm opinion on men.
I see.
They are dumb.
Nice.
Sorry.
No, it's.
No. I'm mostly apologizing in the off chance that there is a man watching this. But in your heart of hearts, that you are dumb.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Okay. So on that note,
let's reader magnet.
Things get so weird during this break. Yeah. No. Okay. So reader magnets. All right. So last time we said reader magnets are these like short story sample things that you're going to use to attract readers. Except that like we didn't say how you use them to attract readers. Like what do you do?
I hinted at it.
You hinted. You totally hinted. So
I foreshadowed. It's what I do. I'm an author.
You did. So you write this short story, novella, excerpt, sample thing, and then you got to distribute it. And there are actually a couple of really good sites out there that will let you sign up, and you sign up as an author, and then as an author, you post your sample books, novel, your reader magnet on their site, and then the goal is for people to download that reader magnet in exchange for giving you their email address. Now, it doesn't just quite happen like that, so it's not like you just like put your book on a site and then people start downloading it. Like we're not talking about like a library type thing.
You want it to be magic like that. It's not magic like that, and you're going to mess it up 8 million different ways as you try to figure it out.
There's totally some magic to this, I think. But okay, so what you essentially do is you put your magnet out there.
I know what the magic is. The magic is going with MailerLite instead of MailChimp.
Yes. Yeah, that is magic. We should talk about that. But okay, so I should mention what these places are. So Prolific Works, BookFunnel, Story Origin are the three kind of like big ones. The BookFunnel is the biggest, then Prolific Works, and then Story Origin is kind of new. And there's enough people doing this that what'll happen is authors post group promos. So there are places on these websites where you go and you see like, okay, so who else is advertising a book right now or a reader magnet, and can I join up with them? And these sites facilitate it. And of course, like, once you go and you look at this, you'll see more what we're talking about. But essentially, then you're going to join up with groups of 20 to, say, 100 other writers, all trying to get their reader magnets out. And the way that you do this is everybody shares the group promo in their newsletters. So, like, I just ran one, and I think I had something like 140 writers or something like that. And every writer submits a story or two, and then every writer is supposed to share everyone's story, so the link to all these stories, with whoever is already subscribed to their newsletter list, which probably sounds a little crazy.
You have no control over what you share. I feel like that's important to note, that you have no control over what you share. You share a link to this page, and this page is just all of the stuff and they're all scrambled on it. So there's no like partiality with it.
Unless you're the promoter. If you organize it, you can totally kick people out. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, but like you can't control the order that they're listed in on the page, right?
kind of. As the organizer, you can decide if it's random or if it's going to be like based on who. If
Oh, okay.
you may actually be able to control more than that. I didn't. I felt like that was unfair, and I think most organizers do it randomly to give everybody kind of like a fair shake. But yeah, no, you don't really get to control. So like we're both writing. Well, I write romance, and Chloe writes erotic
Smut.
romance.
Smut.
And the line between there is a little blurry, perhaps. But romance is a really big field, so you know you could have my story. My first one was called He Made Pasta. It's under a pen name. Okay, so that probably gives you a sense of how light that was. And that could be next to like, her protected desire with like a man with a naked man chest on the cover. But whatever, because you
The important
need.
thing is that you keep in mind that this is romance and this is just what happens to romance
Yeah, yeah.
cover.
But this is for all genres. So we think this is really useful because I don't know about you, Clay, but for me, like, if I could go back like a couple of years, I think I would go back and say to myself, get your frickin' reader magnet out now. Like
Yeah.
however far you are in that story, like however good you think it is, however much you think you need to wait,
Mhm.
like who cares? Like put your reader magnet out and then expect to put another short story out in 3 months and
Yeah.
another short story out 3 months after that, and this is just part of the gig because
And right to the damn market.
and right to the market. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'd go back and say that too. I wouldn't have listened to that part, but the do your reader magnet now, I think I would have. Because
I think
like
I would have. I think I could have convinced myself, like, hey, like write the good stuff, but like we know now that like I can just like spend a month writing like 40,000 words and get it out there. And I feel like I could have convinced myself from like 3 years ago um to write more of those. Um and just like get out those little shorts just to prove that I could.
yeah.
I feel like I could have absolutely challenged myself to it. Just write some stupid bullshit. Like, okay.
Your
And then I would
perception.
have like already had that fan base for when I put out the ridiculous stuff to be like, hey, also I write totally off market, but you're gonna love it because you already love me.
Yeah, I think that is. I don't know. I
I'm doing
mean,
it backwards.
yeah. Well, Talia is pretty. Don't you think it's kind of on market? Like,
I have no idea because nobody's read it yet.
I okay. So then maybe I'm
I
no
mean,
better.
potentially 500 people have read it, but I doubt it.
You never know. I mean, these sites are interesting because the goal of this is email addresses, right? Like you theoretically want readers. Sorry about my dog.
It's okay.
So you
I've got like
theoretically.
my messenger is blowing up. So like all the beeping I apologize for as well. Anyways, you were saying.
Is wow, something's out there. Probably the UPS man. So oh, she's such a killer.
It's
Okay,
okay.
so
Keep going.
you want these readers, right? But they're not necessarily going to be people who come from these freebies. You know what? I think that perhaps I should mute myself and you should talk for a couple of minutes, Chloe, because my dog is going
I will
absolutely bonkers.
I will
So
do my best.
yeah, so
I
tell
believe,
us.
are you talking about like the quality of the people who are
Yes,
joining these?
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So the deal is with these, and I mean, I can see both sides of it. I'm sure if you have done anything looking into marketing a book or selling a book or like how to get into the industry, you've already heard just mountains of conflicting information, all this crazy advice that like you have to do this, and another person's like you don't have to do this. I know that we were talking the other day about buying a crap ton of ISBNs. Like you might hear that, like you have to buy a whole bunch of ISBN codes, and I personally think that's insane. Um, I bring that up because the thing with the reader magnets and the readers that you are going to get, we are all in agreement that these are not quality readers. Not, by that I mean that they're not going to be people who you are going to make money off of. They're probably not going to be anything useful to you in the long run. And by that I mean not only are they not going to spend money on you, you're probably, like, the vast majority of them, you're not going to get reviews from. You are not going to get like ARC readers out of. They are literally just there to get freebies, and then they're probably going to unsubscribe immediately. Um, so this is like, we're all pretty much in agreement. And it's just whether you find it worthwhile to like get those, like, to put the effort in, knowing that for every 100 people you get, you're going to get one quality person out of it, one long haul reader, one potential super fan. Again, I'm never going to say that your work is amazing or your work is trash. I don't know if you're ever going to have super fans or if you're going to get a bunch of them, but I would say that if we were to actually look at statistics, I am making stuff up right now. I'm guessing, not necessarily making stuff up, but taking educated guesses. I would say it's literally 1 in 100 people that you get on your newsletter list now will ultimately be somebody useful in the long run. That being said, everything is a stepping stone. If you're going into Story Origin, right now, Story Origin is completely free. So you have absolutely nothing to lose to do this. You'll get, I feel like this is all in who you are as a writer and how you feel about your work. If you are willing to put the effort in to something that you're putting out for free. My reader magnet, I did just release on Amazon, so it is possible that I'm going to make money off of it, but I'm not holding my breath on it. I literally just did it in hopes that I could score a couple of reviews and have a reviewed work on Amazon if I get money bonus. So if you are okay with putting something out that you're not going to make money off of, that you are just going to be like grasping at straws, but at least get something out there and hope that you grab a couple people in the middle of grabbing a whole bunch of, crap. This is a great way to go about it. And again, like, you're probably not going to get any money off of these people, but you might get a couple of those reviews. You might get ARC readers. You might be able to get some beta readers on it. This is something where obviously a lot of the people, all of the writers are also potential newsletter subscribers. This could be a way, especially if you are in a less respected genre like erotic romance. This is an opportunity to find some people who are willing to beta swap with you, to beta read, to ARC read for you. Yeah. This is not the most amazing thing. I'm sorry, I completely overrode you.
No, it's okay.
It's not amazing, but it's a baby step.
I think okay, look, so Chloe's saying like these are going to be bad readers, as if like they're not good at reading or something like that. This is not what she means. This is I think that's sounding a little bit more harsh on the readers. It's just that
I tried to clarify that. I might not have done a very good job.
No, it's fine. But like, okay, you're giving away something for free. So what kind of person wants a book for free? Somebody who doesn't want to pay for one. And that means that they're not probably the people who will later pay for your stuff. Or like, if they are, then it's because they absolutely love your work. Otherwise, these are readers who, want a free story. But that doesn't mean they're not really useful to you and that they can't provide feedback and that they can't be an ARC reader. So, I mean, if you have 1,000 subscribers, are all of those people going to beta read for you? Probably not. But like, if you have 1,000, then you might have a group of 30 who's pretty solid. So, I mean, I think that that's the thing that we don't realize as authors, is that like, it's like this is an exponential growth kind of field. This is not a flat, like an easy, what's the opposite of that? What's the opposite of exponential growth? I'm blanking on that word.
Are you talking about like a linear growth
Yes, it's
or
not
okay?
linear growth. It's the kind of thing where you get a couple people and then you get, I mean, then you want to double that number and then you want to double that number. So, we encourage you to go out and try to find, like, do these reader magnets, find these places like Book Funnel and Prolific Works and go for it. And we need to write, don't we?
We
Yeah.
do, we do. I have everything like set up, but since I kind of overrode your time because you told me to, and then you never
I
actually
did.
muted yourself.
I
Uh,
did. I muted
oh, you did?
myself.
Okay.
Yeah, just not for you because I can't mute mine. Yeah.
Oh, right. So that
Mm-hmm.
was what I was hearing was you talking to me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was probably like a slight crazy moment there. That's okay. It is 46 past right now. So we are going to just do a quick 10 here just to close out our session. And then if you stick with us for just a few minutes past that, we'll just do a little bit of a wrap up, try to get everything that we just said down to
Bites.
a salient point. So
Mm-hmm.
we will see you guys in 10 minutes.
Cool. All right. So, are you at your words for the day?
Yes. Yeah, I think I said in the beginning that my goal has just been to get 1,500 a day to get
Mm-hmm.
myself a little bit of a boost every day. I got 1602 today, and I am mid-sentence, so I will hopefully be finishing that up before I go to bed. But I've got a lot of crap I need to do before then.
Yeah. I also have a lot left to do. I don't know. This has to be a week of focus for me. Hopefully, by the time we get to next week, I can say I've really like cracked down because we only have one more week left in camp, right? Like after we have this week and next week. Yeah. Yeah, because it's the 15th. We have 2 weeks left.
We have two more sessions. Yes. Oh yeah. We're at dead halfway.
Right. So we have 2 more sessions left?
We do. We are going to have to play it by ear for the last one because I will be in Florida, but I would still like to have a session while I'm there, but that is going to be technology willing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I think there's a lot of holidays this week, right? Like there's Easter's for sure next week.
Yeah.
I think Passover is, I don't know. I think there's a lot of holidays going on right this second. So we're still planning on doing next week, right? The 22nd.
Yeah, I don't do the holidays this year, so
I
yeah.
do holidays, but by Monday I'll be back to normal. So we will be back next week, Monday 4 to 6. And in the meanwhile, so Chloe, what's your goal for the week other than your words? Because obviously we've got word goals and editing goals.
Oh, like you're talking about like business wise?
Sure. Or like, is there a particular point you're trying to get to in the novel, or?
Oh, no, like there's no particular point that I'm trying to get to because this as per usual, this book is going to be way longer than I had planned it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So no, just keep writing on that sense. And then otherwise, I have my arc reader to put together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's my big thing this week.
I think my goal.
I don't know. Pray that people leave reviews on Talia since it's live now.
Yeah, no, I mean that would be awesome, right? And it could happen.
Could.
It will. Possible. It's gonna happen.
How about you? What are your goals this week?
To not get distracted by any other projects.
Catch up.
Yeah. I probably bit off a little more than I could chew generally with this story. Like I probably shouldn't have expected to be able to do the whole rest of the book in 1 month, but I need to be well into like the 2/3 mark by the end of the month. So, and if you're like me and your camp project is struggling, you can actually change those camp goals. So keep that in mind.
Can.
Yeah. I might do that. But that is it. So if you joined us today, thank you so much. We love having company. And come back next week and we'll do some more writing.
Yes, we will.
Okay. And for now, I guess we should say goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
All right. Bye, everyone.